What's up? This is Alex Yu coming at you with another episode. This episode, I want to talk about the death of Pope Francis and the prophecy of the popes. Okay, I mean, is Pope Francis, the last pope? But anyway, before we talk about that, I want to tell you, my name's Alex Yu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small finger, string sleepy, wear them, you don't age anymore, you become physically immortal. For example, I'm already 54. See, if you look at my belly, look at that. Pretty skinny, right? Don't have any belly fat, nothing like that. I never work out either. I never go to the gym. So if you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of testimonials from Amazon customers. Most of them give me 4-star, 5-star. Hey, if you want to look like me when you're 54, livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Buy a pair of these rings. The link is at the bottom of this video. But anyway, let's talk about Pope Francis. Yeah, he died like a week ago. He died on a Monday, like Easter Monday or something? Oh no, he died like the day after Easter Monday. Yeah, he appeared in on a window, on a wheelchair, in Vatican City. Yeah, and then he passed away like one day after that. But a lot of people are freaking out. I watch a lot of YouTube videos talking about the prophecies. The Christian prophecies talking about, Pope Francis died. So is he the last pope? He's going to be the last pope. And actually, the prophecy of the pope never said that he's the last pope, okay? This is what the prophecy says. It says, in the final persecution of the Holy Roman Church, there will sit Peter the Roman, who will pasture his sheep in many tribulations. And when these things are finished, the city of Seven Hills will be destroyed, and the dreadful judge will judge his people. The end. So it never said that, after Pope Francis, there's going to be no more pope. It never said that. It said that he's Pope Peter Roman. Okay, a lot of people say that's Pope Francis, right? Because he is the 112th pope on the prophecy. 112th pope on the prophecy. That makes him Peter the Roman. But based on, just like what I said, the prophecy never said that he's the last pope. It just said after he feed his flocks, throughout many tribulations, after these things are finished, okay, the city of the Seven Hills will be destroyed, and then there's going to be a judge who come to judge his people. The end. So, but now he's dead though. Pope Francis is dead. Okay, he is Peter the Roman. The reason is because he has chosen the title of Pope Francis because to basically to tribute the beloved saint Saint Francis, right? Saint Francis' full name is Giovanni de Pietro de Bernardone. So there's a Pietro inside Saint Francis' whole name. There's a Pietro. That's his middle name. Pietro is Saint Francis' middle name. So Pope Francis, because he has chosen Francis, right? That means he is Peter, right? And I also saw a lot of commentators. I saw a lot of YouTube videos. The naysayers. They say, this prophecy of the Pope is bullshit. It's all made up. It's not true. I mean, none of it makes any sense. No, it does make sense. Okay. I tell you that the most accurate one. Okay, the one that I find most accurate is probably the one talking about the 104th Pope. Okay, 104, the 104th Pope. It's talking about Benedict the 15th. Okay, he reigned as the Pope from 1914 until 1922. Benedict the 15th, right? And the prophecy concerning this guy is Religio depopulat. It means religion depopulated. Okay. Look, under Benedict the 15th, okay? That's from 1914 until 1922. The world just went through World War One, right? A lot of people died. And also, here's the thing. It says religio depopulat. It means the religion depopulated. It means the Catholic members have shrinked. That's what it means. Depopulation of Catholic believers. What happened is in 1917, okay? 1917, Russia had a revolution, right? They overthrew the Tsar, right? And Lenin took power, and basically Russia became communist state. And they converted all the Catholic believers into atheism. Yeah, you're going to get converted, or else, So they lost like 20 million members. Catholic Church lost like 20 million members, okay, during that era. So you can't make this shit up, okay? The prophecy is so accurate. For the for the 104th Pope, right? That's what it says. Religio depopulat. Okay? How can you make this shit up? Yeah, they lost 20 Catholic members in Russia alone, okay, during his reign. Think about that. It doesn't matter who the Pope is, okay? You cannot make this shit up. This is so accurate, okay? Another one that I find extremely accurate is, see, I'm not going to talk about John Paul II, okay? John Paul II, he's the 110th Pope. Well, okay, maybe I'll talk about him a little bit. He's basically the labor of the sun, right? The prophecy concerning him is the labor of the sun. Well, he was born on a solar eclipse, and then his funeral was also held on the solar eclipse, right? So, is that accurate? You be the judge, right? But another one I find extremely accurate is the number 111th Pope, okay? Benedict the 16th, right? The one before, I'm talking about the one before Pope Francis, right? Pope Benedict the 16th. That one is accurate. The reason is because I was there. I mean, I saw the news that day, okay? I saw the news. What happened is, they want to try to break this prophecy. Everybody was talking about this prophecy. Oh my God. So this guy, he is the 111th Pope. He's like the last Pope before the Peter the Roman. We got to do something to break the prophecy. So there's a lot of Italians waiting in line. There's a lot of Italian cardinals waiting in line, wanting to be the Pope, right? But then they don't want the prophecy to come true. The prophecy say glory of the olives, okay? So if they choose an Italian man, so the Italian man is basically, because olive is from Italy, right? Olive usually represents Italy. They fear that if they choose an Italian man or anything has to do with olive, right? Then this prophecy is going to come true, and Peter the Roman is next, and it's going to be really scary. They don't want none of that. So at the end, what they did? They have chosen a German man to become Pope, okay? A German man. Later, I forgot what his name is. But anyway, the German man, let me find out what his name is. Pope Benedict XVI, His name is, Ratzinger. Joseph Alois Ratzinger. It's a German man, right? And people thought, okay, now we have chosen a German guy to be Pope. Yay, the prophecy is broken. And guess what? This Ratzinger guy said, you know what? I want my title to be Benedict. And then people were shocked. People say, what the fuck? We're back to the olive again. Okay, because if you're Benedict, then that means you're olive. Your coat of arms would be an olive. That's not cool. And that's the reason why the prophecy says glory of the olive. It means the olive wins. It means the prophecy won. See, the prophecy wins again, right? I remember this one like it's yesterday, okay? Because I was there. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. The news, right? They tried to choose a pope in order to break the spell of this prophecy, and it failed. The prophecy won again. This German guy, for some reason, he said, you know what? Fuck this. I want my title to be Benedict. So the olive wins again. Glory of the olive. I mean, is that accurate or what? Okay? And then Pope Francis, he has paid a tribute to St. Francis, right? Again, Pietro, right? Just like what I said, his St. Francis' full name is Giovanni di Pietro di Bernardone, right? But anyway, but the prophecy did not say, like, after Pope Francis dies, there's not going to be any more Pope. It didn't say that. It just say, after he's dead, okay, the city of the seven hills will be destroyed. And then there's going to be a judge, a dreadful judge, come to judge his people. The end. It didn't say he's the last Pope, there's going to be no more Pope. It didn't say that, all right? So he's dead, and now it's 2025. I say the end time, okay? I say the Antichrist is Trump. And Trump is going to meet his end in 2027, okay, based on my explanation. Based on my Daniel, the 70 weeks explanation, okay? You can check my website. I mean, if you can check my other video, I have a video that talks about why I think Trump is the Antichrist based on Daniel's 70 weeks prophecy. You can check that if you want. But anyway, yeah, this episode is about, Pope Francis' death and the prophecy of the Pope. Have a nice day.